Is that you, Timmy?
Greetings, Prime Minister.
No, it isn't. Similar, but older. Timmy!
I'm in the toilet. I come in peace from your Earth's twin planet on the other side of the universe.
What a coincidence, I've come from the other side too. The other side of the Solent.
I'm sorry, Prime Minister, but I need to go to the top with my proposal.
Call me Dotty. Oh no, I'm sorry, I've been advised not to say that. But I'm afraid you'll have to excuse me as I'm very busy sorting out my sea glass collection. I'm making another one of my glassy roundy thingies.
Please, Prime Minister, I'm afraid we don't possess £250,000 sterling with which we could purchase a place at one of your supper parties. Buttonholing you in your Hillary Hodeaway seemed the only thing we could do.
Timmy!
Still busy, I'm afraid, Prime Minister.
Actually, I'm on my getaway from it all weekend break. See my party chairperson on Monday.
I think you'll find it wise to listen to what I have to say on behalf of myself and my companions.
Timmy!
Coming now, Prime Minister.
How on earth did you track me down here? This is supposed to be a top secret location.
Greetings, Timmy.
Do you mind? I'm trying to decide whether the Prime Minister's toenail clippings are animal waste, compostable, ordinary rubbish or recyclable, or shall I flog them on the internet?
Flog them on the internet, Timmy. Party funds are always in need.
Very good, Prime Minister. Now, what do you want?
We heard on your media that your world is in a whole heap of financial trouble, and we've come here from space to help you out.
That's nice. Isn't that nice, Prime Minister?
Very nice, Timmy.
But either I could murder a mug of tea and a pie, or would I have to contribute to party funds first, Prime Minister?
That's a good one. Did you hear that, Prime Minister?
Oh, yes, very droll. Oh, of course not. Anyway, you said you didn't have £250,000.
In that case, any chance of a bed for the night?
We're a bit short of bed space, but you can have Timmy's room and he can bed down on the sofa.
Thanks a bunch, Prime Minister.
Thank you, Prime Minister, and thank you, Timmy. My companions will stay on board. We'll keep both forces manned overnight for security reasons.
You better come in. No, not through the window. The door's round the other side.
That certainly filled the gap. I always say, Prime Minister, you can't beat English cuisine. But down to business. I and my 3 travelling companions are all bonkers. Flippin' obvious, mate.
Don't upset our guest, Timmy. He may be armed.
Me, the Timmy? With respect, Prime Minister, I haven't just been conned by an alien in a bowler hat into providing him with free holiday accommodation.
What do you mean you're all bonkers?
Oh, I'm frightfully sorry. You would call us bankers. It's absolutely bankers, but it seems our knowledge universal language English differs from yours only in a matter of a handful of vowels.
Oh, I see.
Anyway, I digress. A stitch in time saves 10, and we have therefore decided to move here to help you to save a few stitches.
Most kind.
i.e. to use our considerable expertise to help you out of your disastrous financial predicament. Your world's economic problems are caused by spivs, financial spivs, with a me-first mentality engendered by certain of your politicians. Not you, of course, Prime Minister, or you either, Timmy. Every society, of course, has a number of spivs, but civilized ones confine them to their waste-wags. Here you have allowed them and even encouraged them to take over and run your world's whole financial system. What have you done with your honest city gent? As we flew in, we couldn't help noticing that none of your people on their way home from work were wearing a bowler hat, pinstripe suit, or carrying a rolled-up umbrella. After all, clothes maketh the world go round. Furthermore, we understand that much of your press is run by cruel rogues and charlatans, who, for instance, hound politicians out of office merely because they don't possess pretty faces and voices. Once press and dress standards fall, then everything goes to the digs. Consequently, here in your world, everything has gone to the digs. You've given up the altruistic economics of John Maynard Keynes and embraced instead money-grabbing cons which only benefit the already rich. Look at your bonds, banks. They only exist because the public invest in them. They don't manufacture anything except their figures. Yet you permit their executives to sell shares in them and to do deals between them, thereby making enormous and unsustainable salaries and bonuses for themselves on scales set by themselves and their establishment cronies dealing in pure puff. They make profits on profits which don't actually exist, which can and do disappear in an instant when confidence wavers. That's why your bonks go bust. What you must do is return to a simple, old-fashioned banking system, where customers only lend to or borrow from banks. No dealings between banks should be permitted, and money should only be printed and issued if it is backed by adequate gold reserves. Both interest rates and taxes should be set on a worldwide basis, so there is no advantage in moving either businesses or investments from one country to another. All nations should only grow kosh crabs for export once they're self-sufficient in food,
Gosh, crabs?
or on soils unable to sustain home-needed produce. and no speculation in either agricultural land or foodstuffs should be permitted.
He doesn't mean chocolate, does he?
I'm afraid so, Prime Minister, amongst other things.
I couldn't survive without my jockeys.
It's sod of.
I beg your pardon?
It's sod of people are starving, especially children. Very sod. And that's what's happening throughout much of your world. As for your stockbrokers, as you know, they only make commission when they buy or sell shares. They therefore love a world in total turmoil.
That's crap.
So they have excuses for advising their clients to deal on a daily basis.
Oh dear.
Share values are pushed up or down, often on news totally unrelated to a company's profitability, by shareholders being advised en masse to buy or sell. It is financial spivery of the very worst kind and a major cause of your financial instability. So don't feel you need to be stocked with stock markets. They should be abolished. Companies should merely be allowed to sell and buy back their own shares on prices set annually by their directors and shareholders.
I see.
So our offer to you is this. That we move here, there's 4 of us bonkers in all, to help you set up a World Financial Council to set interest rates and taxes on a worldwide basis.
It's all crap, it's all crap.
In return, you provide us with homes, citizenship, and reasonable salaries.
Do we have a choice?
Certainly, as far as I'm concerned. I'm not sure, though, how my companions will react. They very much want to sort you out.
What are your people like?
I'm fucked.
Oh, yes, of course, you're bound to be after such a long journey.
What? You're asking me what my companions are like?
Yes, I was.
Green. Very green. In fact, we're all very green.
Compared with our top bankers, how is your financial expertise?
Oh, bugger. Much bugger.
Splendid.
Are we agreed then, Prime Minister?
Agreed.
That's grand, Prime Minister. My companions will be thrilled.
So we agree to all your conditions, and thank you most sincerely for choosing our country as your base.
Sorry I took some time. They've swallowed it, hook, line and sinker. You may disembark in the morning. Tell the others they may land now and also disembark in the morning. No problems at all. They believe all us bonkers from our planet are the booze news of propriety and sound bonking practice. My plan worked to perfection. We are all receiving citizenship, homes and salaries commensurate with our supposed bonking expertise. No, I didn't mention the asteroid that wiped our planet out just after we'd all gone bonkrupt and boarded our bonk-funded flying saucers. As far as they're concerned, we came here purely altruistically. Let that perception remain, and tell Dave especially to keep stum, and on no account dispense with your humanoid appearances unless you are alone. Their dinosaurs were all wiped out by an asteroid, remember, and although they have a certain affection for dinosaur films, etc., I'm sure it would freak them out to know we were living amongst them. And tell Dave not to throw bananas at them. Here humans are not swinging from rubber tires behind bars in zoos, they run the show. And tell him not to say slowly, catch a human, or if you pay peanuts you get humans. We must be very careful not to upset them in any way. If their history is anything to go by, humans can become extremely violent. I'll ring off now if you don't mind. It's been a touring day, and I'm looking forward to a good squitch.
Oh, frick!
Prime Minister, there was a giant lizard in my bedroom.